Hey, it's BT with the BT Jerez GP review. Let's get right to it. If you've never been to Jerez, you gotta go. It's the perfect way to start off the European rounds, which some people say that's when the championship really starts. And I know it sounds cocky, they don't mean it that way, but if you've been, it kind of makes sense. Listen, when they go to other places like Brazil and even Dakota, which is a great time, they're still on the road, and there's nothing like when you get to Europe, that's when it gets serious. And I mean, if you've been to Jerez, you know what I'm talking about. It's just a great atmosphere. The Spaniards, they come out. I mean, just nothing but motorcycles in the parking lot to be seen from. I mean, it's beautiful to watch. They support. If it looks great on TV, you gotta go. I think over the weekend it was 224,000, I think it was. Anyway, you gotta go. Jerez is a great place to go. If you get a chance, save up money, go to Dakota and go to Jerez. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Anyway, let's get right to it. Moto3 ride of the race goes to David Munoz. I'm glad Munoz is back. Munoz is a monster. I remember seeing him at a salad buffet in Coda last year, and I've never been so afraid of an 18-year-old in my life. I was like, hey man, just take my salad. Matter of fact, take my croutons. Take whatever you want. Just don't hurt me, bro. Yeah, Munoz is that dude. He's aggressive. But what he lacks maybe in natural ability, he makes up for in aggressiveness. And hey, that's what we want. But there's still Maximo Kilis is going to win the championship. There's no doubt in my mind. But watch out for David Munoz, man. If he gets hot, he's going to get hot like pastrami. Then we see what happens. Heartbreak goes to Marco Morelli, but not really, because Morelli came from like 17th to finish 4th. He should have got a podium. Moto 2, heed my words. Jack Miller can now leave MotoGP and probably go to, I think he wants to go to World Superbike or even the Australian Championships. No knack against Jack, but I think even now he's got a wife. I think he's going to have another kid. No, he's got a kid now. And I just think Jack will be happier at home more. You know, he's happy. And the reason he can do that is Aegis Sinis. Aegis Sinis, who looks like he's 21, but he looks like he's like 42 with 2 mortgages and 3 ex-wives. I'm like, God damn, you're 21? But man, he can ride the shit out of a bike. He and Manuel Gonzalez are shake and bake, Yogi and Boo Boo, whatever combination you want. That they're yin and yang, the yin yang twins. Shh, how do you like my podium? How do you like my podium? That's what he is. They are the yin yang twins. But let me tell you something. They come to race, and Aegis Sinis is going to make his mark known this year. Maybe MotoGP next year. That's how talented he is, but he's my ride of the race. Great race by him. Heartbreak goes to Barry Baltus. I thought for sure he was going to get a podium. Let's go to MotoGP. Let me tell you something. Alex Marquez, he's my ride of the race. Alex Marquez, I think he's living, he doesn't live with Mark anymore. He still trains with Mark, but he doesn't live with Mark anymore. And I think that makes a difference, because now it's like, I don't know how you guys grew up. If you're watching this, probably a certain age, of the same age, in the sense of, the only way you grow up in your dad's eyes if you challenge him. You know how your dad kind of bosses you around, at least for me. And for me, it happened one time. Me and my dad were driving, and he kept yelling at me. And I had enough, and I go, quit yelling at me! And I kind of like this. Well, I was bracing for the hit. And my dad looked at me kind of like, I guess you grew up. And I was like, whew. And that's what's going to have to happen to Alex, you know. I think that's what it's like he challenged Mark more this week. Granted, he was on this weekend, but like he challenged Mark more. Mark was chasing him instead of the other way around. It just seemed that way to me. And Alex grew up this weekend. He stepped away from the shadow of his brother, and he became a man now. So it was kind of weird to watch. And yeah, so I give it to Alex. He's my ride of the race, ride of the weekend. Heartbreak goes to Mark, his brother Marquez, because he crashed. I mean, Mark keeps everything close to the vest. The great thing about Mark is he never complains. He just said he crashed. Bezecchi was like, it was really windy. Maybe some wind got a hold of him. Maybe he's not strong enough. He says he is, but maybe he's not. He showed his arm from Coda, and it still messed up 3 weeks later, and it still looks like it was like, I mean, it used to be Mark, the babyface assassin Marquez. Now it's Mark Frankenstein Marquez, because that's what he is. His whole body looks like a map. I mean, it really does, man. I mean, but he does that for us. We get enjoyment from it, from watching him give everything. Not that those riders don't, but with Mark, it shows. It shows that he's giving his all and he's aggressive, but he hadn't seen an aggressive like in times of old. It's weird to watch it now. I can't put my finger on it. I'm like you guys. Like, it just seems like a different Mark. I don't know what it is. I could put my finger on it. I don't know if it's like he's still hungover from last year's championship and the injury, but he says he's 100%. I can't put my finger on it, but I hope Mark gets it together. They're going to Le Mans. We'll see what happens there. My nomination for Rider of the Weekend, my second, who was nominated, is Johan Tight Shoes Zarco, who was like, I had a good weekend. I just thought, the tire went down during the race. But listen, I love Zarco. I love when Zarco does well. I really do. I think the guy's always been underrated his whole career, even though he's a two-time Moto2 champion. You can't help but pull for him. I pulled for him last year. How much you could not love watching him win in Le Mans and watching his snaggletooth dad with missing a tooth. He hugged it. I mean, I thought it was great. But I had to give him Alex Marquez for rider of the whole weekend. Listen, I don't know what happened to Yamaha. I mean, put it this way: Johan Mir outpaced all the Yamahas except for Quartararo, and he had a double long lap penalty. A double long lap penalty, and he placed ahead all the Yamahas except for Quartararo. Johan, I crashed more than the Lowe's brothers Mir. I mean, even Alex and Sam Lowe's go, damn, you crashing a lot, bro. You need to get it together. And I love watching Mir. I'm glad he finished. I'm glad he got a point. I'm glad he finished the race. No knock against him, but you know what it is. I'm glad he finished, but I mean, Yamaha, I don't know what has to go on, but I think Fabio leaving Yamaha is like, how you've been in a bad marriage and you go to counseling and you do everything, you go to vacation together, you go bowling, and it just ain't working, and you just got to wait for your kid to turn 18 so you can leave. That's what Fabio's doing right now. He's saying he's not even saying all the right things. He's just kind of like, hey, look, man, this shit's over. I'm just waiting for next year when I can climb on top of a fucking anything else but this jalopy. And he's going to be with Honda. Fabio on that Honda. Oh, if Aprilia and Ducati stay at the same where they are, which is great, but Fabio gets on that Honda, watch for him being in the contingent. But for this year, yeah, he's done. He's in a loveless marriage right now. I'm going to start a new category called Rider on the Move. The Rider on the Move is Ai Ogura. Ai Ogura is that dude. But I can't understand this. Why would you want to go to Yamaha? You're in a great situation with Aprilia or with Trackhouse. Stay with Trackhouse. Just ask for factory parts. I don't understand that. He's going to go to Yamaha. Why would you go to Yamaha? Stay with but he can be a factory rider. I get that. But is that factory ride going to be better than the satellite team you're on? He's outpacing all the Yamahas now on a satellite bike. So I don't know why he or Martin just stay with Aprilia. Dude, what are you doing? I mean, I understand Pecco going to Aprilia, and I think Aprilia is kind of like, oh man, we got this dude coming. I mean, the way Pecco's riding, it's like Pecco has lost, like he's lost something within himself. It's kind of like when you get that real bad heartbreak when you're young. And you fall in love again, but it ain't really the same. Like you do you walk through it like, hey, I got you some flowers, Yeah, all right, Valentine's Day, you want to go out to eat? Okay, and you really go, I don't really give a shit. That's way, to me, Pecco's riding. It's just like he lacks a little passion. Maybe that's me. You guys tell me. What else is there? Maybe I'm missing something from the weekend. You guys tell me. Johan Mir, he outpaced the Yammies. Pedro Acosta. This is a weekend to forget. I think when he lost that wing, I think it affected his bike, but he wasn't in contention the whole weekend, which is kind of sad because Pedro was up and coming. I looked forward. I thought this would be a weekend for him, and it wasn't. I'm glad I didn't pick him on my fantasy team. But real quick, let's talk about the sprint. To me, the sprint is making the whole weekend. I don't know about you guys, but the sprint, the last 2 weeks, especially this week. And listen, as much as I love Mark, let's just be honest. He lucked out in the sprint. Matter of fact, Mark, Pecco, and Frankie, and I love all of them, especially Frankie, they lucked out in that it rained and the situation happened. And people, listen, I know people want to talk shit. Well, Marquez should have got penalized. He shouldn't have got penalized against Pedro. And Simon Crafar, I love the dude. He has to be honest, all right? And I didn't think Mark deserved a penalty against Pedro the first race of the year in the Thai GP. I thought that was just hard racing. He got penalized. I disagree with that. But the fact that he didn't penalize Marquez when he cut across the track, I don't know if that sounds right. Cut across the track, that sounds illegal right there. But still, it's almost like going, she looks legal. That's still creepy, right? But with Marquez cutting across the track, hey, it was in the rule book and Simon didn't penalize him. So, hey, get over it, okay? Marquez, like I said before, I say it again, he is the straw that serves the MotoGP drink. And right now, that drink is a mojito, and it is sweet. Other than that, I think if it was a nice weather like it was on Sunday, if it was on Saturday, I don't think Mark would have got. He had two great starts. He had great starts. I just think that, man, he got lucky on the Saturday that it rained, and he's great in the wet. He and Zarco in the wet are masters. I kind of hope it rains in Le Mans, but it kind of don't. We'll see. But I mean, just to watch those two battle out in the rain, because the rain is a great equalizer. It's like a dude who's 5'2" and weighs 135 pounds going against somebody, I don't know, like Jake Paul, right, in a boxing match, but he has a gun. That's what it's like. It's the great equalizer. And to me, the rain is the gun. It's the great equalizer amongst racers. Anyway, this is going way on too long, like I knew it was going to. Who's your rider of the race? What did I miss? Like I said, Acosta, MIA. Yamaha, MIA. What did I miss? Frankie, like I said, he lucked out. But I'm glad on the podium, watching Frankie made my heart. I'm glad Pecco got it too. What am I missing? You guys tell me. Thanks for watching. I'll come with you later with Le Mans, and let's see what the test holds. Until then, you know the word. Boom.